Everybody saw, millions and millions of people saw what they did to Rodney King.
Yep.
I continued to hit him and then knocked him to the ground, yelled at him to stay on the ground, and he repeated the motion again, getting up again. I was completely in fear for my life, scared to death.
Sergeant, what are you watching during all this? What are you thinking when you're focusing on?
I'm thinking that Mr. King has been subjected to an enormous amount of pain. It's almost as if his body is anesthetized to the pain.
We would like to say that this experience has been an extremely difficult and stressful one which we have all agonized over a great deal.
We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Timothy E. Wind, not guilty of the crime of assault by force. We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Stacy C. Kuhn, not guilty of the crime of assault by force likely to produce great bodily injury and with a deadly weapon. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, are these your verdicts? So say you one, so say you all.
Yes.
And they watched them walk out of the courtroom.
Yeah.
A couple of years earlier, they saw what happened to Natasha Harlins.
You're trying to steal my orange juice. No, I'm not. You're trying to steal this. I'm trying to pay for it. You're trying to steal my orange juice.
See, when things happen to them, they say, respect the decision.
I only have one other question.
What was that, Mr. Furman?
Detective Furman, did you plant or manufacture any evidence in this case?
I assert my Fifth Amendment privilege.
Matter of the people of the state of California versus Orenthal James Simpson. We, the jury, find the defendant not guilty of the crime of murder.
12 men and women have spoken.
Yes, sir.
But now, all of a sudden, y'all know he did it.
Yeah.
Well, hell, I know a lot of people did some
Hello.
stuff.
Hello.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't know nothing.
Let's talk about the Buffalo Bills, because the organization just made a decision that's got fans and football fans everywhere talking. As they prepare to open their new stadium, the Bills have confirmed that O.J. Simpson will not be part of it. No plaque, no display, no place among the franchise's honored greats. And that decision is raising a lot of questions.
Asking questions.
This is the worst of the worst, the most cowardice move I've ever seen. They didn't do this when O.J. Simpson was alive, and I don't care what you talk about all the other stuff, because I'm not sitting here trying to make it like O.J. was the perfect person or did everything right. But if you're the Buffalo Bills, I have a question for you. O.J. Simpson is still in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. O.J. Simpson is still in the College Football Hall of Fame. And he was still honored at your old stadium. Why would you do this now that he's deceased and that he's gone? It's a coward move. You should have done it when he was still alive if you had any balls to do it. And say, no, OJ, we don't care what the jury said. We don't care about anything. We don't care about the legal system and how it works in this country. And we've determined that you're guilty and we want nothing to do with you.
And as most people remember, a jury of his peers found O.J. Simpson not guilty in his 1995 criminal trial.
I assert my Fifth Amendment privilege.
Matter of the people of the state of California versus Orenthal James Simpson. We, the jury, find the defendant not guilty of the crime of murder.
Many of us already know that didn't stop the general public from treating O.J. Simpson like he was convicted anyway.
However, there's not a video, $1 million video in the works, but it is coming up very short.
Your comments on the video?
Well, I believe counsel said it pretty succinctly. I think it's a shameless effort to profit off of a double homicide. I have compared it often to blood money. Now, the producer of that video is not happy with me saying that, but that's what it appears to be to me. And if the American public wants to buy it, I'm just very embarrassed for them.
This criminal defense attorney, civil rights attorney, outspoken supporter of the Simpson family during the trial. Blood money?
I don't think it's blood money. There's two good reasons why O.J. Simpson's out there doing a video. It's called Sidney and Justin. He has a right to earn a living. And my colleague, the prosecutor from Georgia, I like her interpretation of Marsha Clark taking $4.2 million worth of blood money on her participation as a public servant. So I disagree with that. I disagree with the concept that O.J. Simpson has a right. He has a right to earn a living. He has a right to support his family. And he is not required to answer questions based on what other people want him to say. He has a right to present his own forum.
But the idea, again, where you start to pick and choose because we know, again, the man was acquitted. So now what are you basing it off of? And that's where it gets tricky to me, Rob, is because you start to do I just don't like him. And I'm not saying, look, you can even believe he did it, but he was acquitted, and so therefore he was acquitted. He walked the streets free for 7-8 years before he got the whole Vegas and the whole
that whole thing was done about going to get your own merchandise and all that. Right.
Which, by the way, they got him back for that because the amount of time he got for that was crazy.
Now, the public narrative around the O.J. Simpson case is a lot tidier than the reality of what actually happened during that trial, but that's a story for another time. Let's bring this back to the Buffalo Bills, and specifically to team owner Terry Pegula. Because if you've been following the NFL, you'll remember the discrimination lawsuit filed by veteran reporter Jim Trotter, a name plenty of longtime football fans will recognize. In that lawsuit, Trotter alleged that Pegula made a racially charged comment about NFL players. The remark reportedly came up during a discussion about the league's social justice efforts and the players' support for Black Lives Matter. According to the lawsuit, an NFL media reporter told roughly 40 colleagues on a Zoom call in 2020 that Pegula had said black players who didn't like it here should go back to Africa and see how bad it really is. Pegula firmly denied ever saying it, calling the allegation absolutely false and stating that racism has no place in society. But now, fast forward to today, and look at what the Bills are doing with O.J. Simpson's legacy, and it's easy to see why people are asking questions.
This is what they tell us. 12 men in jury, a jury of his peers, said he was innocent.
Yeah, so he's innocent.
The same thing they told us when George Zimmerman walked his ass up out of court. The same thing that they told us when these police officers go between 12 men and 12 women, 12 men and women, a jury of their peers, and they walk, they say the jury has spoken. The jury spoke.
What you think?
All that conjecture, all that innuendo, all that speculation does not matter.
Well,
I ain't been to law school, but I took a couple of law classes. The first thing they tell you, it doesn't matter what you think, it only matters what you can prove.
Yeah.
Everybody saw, millions and millions of people saw what they did to Rodney King. And they watched them walk out of the courtroom. A couple of years earlier, they saw what happened to Natasha Harlins. See, when things happen to them, they say, respect the decision. 12 men and women have spoken.
Yes, sir.
But now, all of a sudden, y'all know he did it. Well, hell, I know a lot of people did some stuff.
Hello.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't know nothing.
There's no question about that. And it'll be interesting to watch how Bills fans respond as this news about Simpson's removal from the new stadium continues to settle in. I'm genuinely curious to see how that plays out. But hey, let me know how you feel about all this down in the comments, like you always do, and I'll do my best to jump in and respond to as many of you as I can. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button for me. As always, peace and chaos.